Hey lovely, I'm just sat here in my treatment room slash office space and it is a gorgeous, gloomy, glorious gloomy day here in the UK. It's very misty, it's very foggy. There's a cat just jumping off the wardrobe right now. It's very autumnal today. I'm in my reindeer onesie. I'm actually really enjoying the autumn weather here in the UK because I had like continuous summer for a very long time. So yeah, okay, the truth is for about 4 months I have been incubating. I have been integrating, implementing and incubating. And I've been really taking some time to focus on myself, focus on my own healing, adjust to being back in the UK, integrate everything I learned when I was in Thailand. It's been a real time of like integration for me, and it was a little bit of a shock for my system coming back to the UK, to be honest. My body was like, whoa, what is this? Okay, wait, if you don't already know who I am, sorry, this is the cat jumping on the shelves. My name is Jackie Lane, otherwise known as Priestess Peaches from yourpeachylife.com, and I am a mentor, healer and tantrika for women, mainly female entrepreneurs, in long-term relationships or marriages. And I help transform, nourish and expand their relationship with their money, their man and their sex life. And I'm all about empowering women to become fully expressed and fully empowered in their lives. Yes, 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 goddess. So yeah, I was in France for 4 months, and last summer and autumn with my love, my man, Rory. I call him my divine partner. We were in a little cottage in the middle of nowhere, and it was like complete peace and tranquility. Then we came back to the UK for a few weeks, and then we went and we travelled around Thailand for 6 months and ended up falling in love with a village on Koh Phangan Island, and we stayed there for 3 of the 6 months that we were in Thailand, and we did a tantra course and all sorts of things. It was amazing. And we've recently, well, a few months ago, we moved back to the UK, back into our home that we own here, and we're just getting used to this way of being, which is very different for us because, like I said, we have kind of been all over the place for the past few years. So yeah, it's kind of triggering for me being back in the UK, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I've just been implementing everything I know and integrating lots of things that I've learned and healing lots of things that have come up for me. And I am finally feeling like I'm ready to shine my light more fully and vibrantly and share lots of juicy goodies with you. So, okay, blah, 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 enough about me. Let me get into what I want to speak about in this video, because I really want to share with you what I'm feeling called to say about sex in long-term relationships. So this video is going to be about sex. It is going to be about long-term relationships. What I'm going to say may resonate with some people and not others. Totally fine. If you don't resonate, then you can scroll on. You can find someone that you do resonate with. Ooh, I feel out of breath because I feel a bit nervous, I think. Yeah, so, okay. The amount of times that women tell me, the amount of women and the amount of times women tell me that they are not fully enjoying sex with their partners is astounding. No shame, no judgment here. I've been there, but it blows my mind how prevalent it is for women to not be fully enjoying sex, not experiencing their full pleasure potential with their partners, or not even desiring sex. So this is an epidemic. I'm going to go into this in a minute, but the issue I see is that a lot of these women are just giving their power away. They give their power away to their man, to their fears, to their doubts. They're waiting around for him to do something, to change something, to learn something, to be a certain way. They're blaming their men for their lack of pleasure or experience. They excuse it for whatever reason, and I've had many women tell me things like this many times, so I'm just gonna read off a list that I've written. He doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to learn how to please me. He's like a bull in a china shop. I feel objectified by him. I've gone off him sexually. If he helped around the house more, or if he did XYZ, then I would feel more like having sex. I would want to reward him. Why would I want sex when we are disagreeing all the time? The only time he is affectionate is when he wants to have sex. I just have sex to please him. We get it out the way once a week. I've never experienced deeper vaginal orgasm with him. I struggle to orgasm full stop. I've never orgasmed with my man. I fake my orgasms to get it over with or to please him. I try to tell him what to do and what I like, but he doesn't understand, he doesn't hear me, he doesn't do it. I feel like everything is always on me in our relationship and our life, and I'm too exhausted to even think about having sex. Sex just isn't a priority to me. Sex is always the same. It's always the same sequence, and it's always the same outcome, and I always feel the same. I feel too scared to say what I want, to express what I want. I don't want to offend him. My man would never take a sex course or a relationship course with me. I resent him when he wants to have sex with me. So just feel into these sentences and just note if any of them resonate with you. I could go on all day. These are just a few. These are just like a few of the things that I hear women saying a lot of the time, and these are things that I've been through myself. So I'm going to say something, it may sound a little bit harsh, but like I said, there's no shame here and no judgment, and I want you to know I've been through it. So if you did connect with any of those sentences, I want you to realize that you're giving your power away and you're actually in a disempowered space. And you have the power to shift all of this. You have the power to shift all of this. So just feel that sigh of relief. This can change. And so the things that I mentioned before are a form of sexual shutdown, which is not desiring sex, not fully enjoying it, not being fully expressed, not feeling nourished afterwards. It can express as numbness, it can express as pain, it can express as apathy, or even the pendulum can swing the other way and it can express as sex addiction, where you need more and more and more, harder and harder stimulation to get off. And this is actually another form of numbness, okay? So why have women shut down to their sexual nature in these ways? And why have their yonis turned off to their men, to their man, the man that they've committed to? And how can you come back home to your sexual self and reawaken your yoni? So here's the why. The truth is, we have only been experiencing a very masculine expression of sex in society in general, and it's likely that you are taking up space in the masculine energy space within the bedroom. This is the space that is goal orientated, it's performance driven, it's very linear. There's nothing wrong with that expression. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's not the only way you're experiencing sex, the only way that you're expressing. When it's the only expression, that's when shutdown starts. But most people don't even know that there's another way. Most people do not know what that other way looks like at all. And even if they are aware of another way, even if they are aware, most people tell themselves stories about why they can't do it that way, why they can't have what they want. You know, they tell themselves stories like, I don't have enough time, I don't want to offend him, blah, 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 blah. There's a gazillion different reasons why women won't let themselves have what they want. The masculine energy space or what I know to be called Shiva sex, masculine energy sex, is very, 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 very different from Shakti, which is the feminine sexual energy. So the actual flow of energy, we're all made up of energy, yes, okay, subatomic particles, yeah, it's science. The flow of feminine sexual energy is completely different to masculine. The way that your body works as a woman is completely different to a man. The way that your arousal works is very different too. The way that feminine energy expresses, that Shakti, is so different from Shiva. And although there's definitely like Shakti principles and things that align for all women, like in a sense we're all the same, you will have your own unique Shakti as well. So what happens is that I see women look to trashy magazines for sex advice or to gauge where they are at sexually. Or they look to the movies, celebrities, they look to sex toys, to porn, to kinky underwear, even to things like threesomes. Basically, they're pressuring themselves to perform. They pressure themselves to be sexy and feel horny, and they make themselves have sex before they're really ready. Or they tolerate sexless relationship. They tolerate a monotonous sex life. They tolerate sexual apathy and sexual atrophy. So in both these cases, whether there's that pressuring or that tolerating, women can go a whole lifetime without knowing their Shakti, without ever knowing her yoni and her full pleasure potential. And this makes me so very sad. And this must not go on. I'm making a stand for women and men right now. This impacts everything for a woman. Your sexual self, your capacity for pleasure, your ability to receive, your understanding of your body, your embodiment of your true essence and your most authentic expression impacts everything and everyone in your life. Your sexual healing is one of the forgotten keys to the doors of your dreams. So your sexual self is intelligent, your sexual self is conscious. It is part of you, whether you like it or not. Whether you have shame or guilt, whether you're religious or not, whether you're a professional entrepreneur or not, whether you have sex or not, whether you're in a relationship or not, your sexual self is part of you. Your yoni is part of you. You cannot deny this. And I just want to say, you will have nightgasms, even if you don't allow yourself to orgasm purposely, even if you don't bring yourself to orgasm purposely, you will have nightgasms, especially around ovulation, because orgasm and pleasure is part of living, it's part of being, and it is part of thriving as a human being and as a woman. Pleasure has been so misunderstood. Everything you desire, everything you're calling in, everything you're creating, everything you're doing, every decision you make, everything you want, everything you're being is for certain feelings. And those feelings bring you the sensation of pleasure. Pleasure is the core of your very existence. Without it, you would not be, you would not exist. So when you abandon, when you ignore, when you suppress your sexual self, you're saying to the universe that you're not worthy of your birthright. When you force yourself and your yoni to perform, you say you're not worthy of bliss. You're not worthy of abundance. You're not worthy of love, and you're not worthy of pleasure. Just think about this for a minute. So, okay, this isn't just about, although it is about these things, but it isn't just about being happier, having more energy, feeling younger, looking younger and more vibrant, having more capacity for other things, being able to receive more in every way, feeling a deeper connection with yourself and your man, falling back in love together, finally experiencing the bliss that's within your body, with yourself and with your man, activating your root and sacral chakras, which directly link to your stability, your money, your passions and pleasures. it's not just about these things. Yes, it is about these things, but it's about more than that. This is about you. This is about you. This is about who you are. This is about the woman who you are being, who you are becoming. This is about you. So I've worked with some of the top business, money, relationship and sex coaches and tantra teachers out there. And yeah, so I've done a lot of work on myself and my own relationship due to my own personal journey. And if you're interested in that, just follow me, you'll find out about it. I've studied and trained for years. In the past, I have seen and experienced the dark, dark shadow aspect of money, men, sex and power like you would not believe. Sorry, my battery's running low. I've lived it. I've breathed it. And I've come out the other side knowing what truly works and what doesn't. What doesn't work is to pressure yourself, to guilt yourself, to shame yourself, to think your body is broken, to think your relationship is broken, and to think your man is broken. Nuh-uh, that doesn't work. What doesn't work is to ignore your yoni, to ignore your yearnings, your desires, to abandon the very part of you that births creation into being on all levels, your very essence, the part of you that longs and yearns to be seen, to be heard, to be expressed. Don't ignore her. Do not ignore her. What doesn't work is to keep doing the same things you've been doing and expecting a different outcome. That's not going to work, okay? And what doesn't work is to give your power away, to give your power away to your man, to your fear, to your doubts, to your reasons. And you do have reasons. They're not excuses, okay? Your reasons are valid. And just because you have reasons doesn't mean that you need to give your power away to them and let them stop you. So, okay, I'm just feeling into here what to say, what to say next. Yeah, so I've taken sex courses, in all honesty, that shame women into having more sex, and it's all about the quantity rather than the quality of sex. And this really, really riles me. It really riles me because it's the just do it attitude. And I personally feel like this just do it attitude is so freaking damaging to women and men. And I don't condone it. So yes, when you just do it, you do get into it. It can feel good. You can orgasm, you can connect with your man. But why is it that women do not feel like it in the first place? And is pushing yourself through that lack of desire and just doing it really going to get to the roots? No, it's not going to transform things at the roots. No. In the long run, it can often cause your yoni to mistrust you and your man even more. And this is so damaging emotionally, psychologically, physically, energetically. And again, it will be likely that she'll numb out, she'll feel pain. It often happens where women can get female reproductive issues and illnesses and have vaginal issues due to this. And there's almost always a feeling of emptiness afterwards because you're not listening to your yoni. It's because you're not listening to your yoni. You are not listening to your sexual self. So you may orgasm, but there's an emptiness afterwards, a disconnect, a distance between you and your man. Even if in that moment you felt connected, it doesn't last. And so the next time it's time for sex, you feel the pressure, you feel the obligation, you don't feel the true desire, you don't experience the full body yes, and you force yourself into horniness and into penetration way too soon, and so the cycle continues, and it repeats and it repeats, and over time this is really not sustainable for long-term passion, for long-term relationships, and for women. So it's only a matter of time before this will start showing up in other ways within your relationship and within your life. Do you really think that by keep doing this, that this isn't going to impact your life? Do you honestly think that that's not going to impact you in your life? Because it does. So I've taken loads of sex courses, and I'm not wanting to diss any sex courses, but some of the things that I've come across just didn't seem realistic to me, to where I was or to where our relationship was. So what I found whilst going on this journey was that some of the things I came across were just unhelpful, to be honest. Like if you're having trouble even desiring sex in the first place, how are you supposed to suddenly be this BDSM badass dominatrix or submissive? You know, that's not going to happen. And if you and your man are not empowered within your connection and your expression and communication day to day in everyday life, how are you supposed to overcome inhibitions in the bedroom? How are you supposed to do crazy tantric activities and practices when that's just not something, that's just not where you and your man are at, or that you feel comfortable doing, or that you're ready for? Like, this is what I came across. Like, some of the things were just very unrealistic and a bit far-fetched, and actually I would say even damaging for where I was at personally. So how do you start? How can you shift this? Well, I can tell you how. It starts with you, Shakti. It starts with you. You are the spark of desire. You have the power to inspire. You must know yourself, explore yourself, learn how to bring what you discover into your relationship in empowered and healthy ways. You have a huge, huge influence over how your man responds to you, how he behaves, how he expresses, how he communicates, the way he is with you. You have an influence over that. And you will be amazed at how easy it is to inspire your man to honor and please you, to step up for you day to day and in the bedroom. And of course, I'm going to suggest that you work with me, obviously. And I just want to share some of my offerings with you if you're interested. But really, just get in touch with me. Just reach out to me, private message me if any of this is resonating with you, and we can just see what's a fit for you. That's really the easiest way, is just to reach out, connect with me, private message me. I want to connect with you. That's your first step. So, okay, I have a 6-week course called Reawaken Your Yoni, and I take you through a 6-week process from understanding the Shiva Shakti dynamic, understanding your body, awakening your yoni, activating your sexual self, healing your sexual self, exploring and expanding your pleasure potential and your yoni. So you can either do this as just an online course. I have it as an online only option, so you can just do that in your own time as a home study course, or you can join me live once a year every November, so starting at the beginning of next month, to go through this course with me live. And you have weekly live group calls with me, and you also receive 2 private one-to-one sessions with me as well. Or you can opt to do this whole thing one-to-one. Any one-to-one support from me is a minimum 3-month devotion, because I really want to go deep with you. I really want you to embody this and integrate it into your life. I also have the most amazing program for women and couples called Rising in Love. This is only available as a private one-to-one program. And yeah, that's my baby. I love that one. And I also have other options for one-to-one support around your money, your man, your sex life. So the best thing you can do right now is private message me. if you're resonating, if you want support with this, if this is speaking to you, if you're ready for this journey, that is your first step. Don't worry about all the details. Just get in touch with me and let's connect, goddess. So I'm going to go now in my little reindeer onesie. I'm going to go and light some candles and enjoy the rest of my day. And I hope you have an amazing day. See you. Lots of love. Bye.